Diamond Emerald Heart, the new human emerges. June 2, 2016. I find it hard to believe that it is 12 years since I wrote my article on the indigo crystal transition. In 2004, many of us were going through strange symptoms and life events that we were later to identify as indicators of a profound and deep change in our spiritual and physical bodies. It was called the indigo crystal transition, because these terms described the transformation into the indigo level of consciousness, and then to the crystal levels, and also it described the incoming waves of indigo and then crystal children who were assisting with the evolutionary transformation on the earth. However, since 2012 there has been intense waves of cosmic energy and light codes that have activated further levels of evolution that I will call Diamond and Emerald, not because I want to label these experiences particularly, but because they are useful ways of describing and explaining what I would consider to be the next level of our conscious transformation and evolution. The indigo beings were the spiritual warriors who paved the way for transformation, and the crystal beings opened our hearts and souls to our inheritance as star beings and to the divine love, empowerment, and abundance that is our birthright as incarnate beings on earth. The diamond light codes upgraded our consciousness to a full awareness of our galactic and cosmic connections and our place among the star nations. The emerald light codes reconnected us with the earth and with our abilities as co-creators of time narratives on spaceship Earth. But what has emerged, in recent years, is a new kind of human, similar in many ways to the old version human, but very different in consciousness, orientation, and I believe, physically as well. I will describe for you the nature of this new being that is emerging on the earth, but first I would like to just mention briefly my own experience with the emerging consciousness of this new earth being and myself. In 2013, although basically things were going well in my life, I suddenly had the deep inner knowledge that I had to change the way I was living my life. I had been traveling intensively and doing my work on a planetary basis, but suddenly I knew that that phase was ended, and that I needed to go home and sit very quietly and just listen to find out what would come next. So I went home and I listened, and I listened and I listened. And nothing really came, although I had confidence that if I listened long enough I would hear something. It took me nearly 2 years to understand that what I was listening for was the voice of my own soul, and that what I was trying to understand was that I was fundamentally and deeply changed from what I was before. And I began to notice that many others were going through the same kind of process, of feeling challenged to end one phase of their life and move forward, but not knowing how or why, simply moving on faith and trust. And also being supported in this process, even though not quite sure what they were actually doing. What emerged was a new earth being, one totally present to life and love, and living in a creative way from the heart. One who is empowered to create their own reality while enjoying love, abundance, and their own creative and spiritual essence. This is a being who loves peace, harmony, and beauty, and who lives in the flow of divine grace with complete trust in divine support and the processes of life. I realized that my 2 years of listening was an initiation into this new way of being. So, here I am going to describe what I perceive as the qualities of the new earth diamond emerald heart, or the new earth being. The qualities of the emerging new earth being. This new earth being has a total focus in the present moment and in present time awareness. This means being fully aware of what is happening inside of you and around you, and how these are linked. The present moment is always an indicator of the strength and power of your connection to the divine light and to how you are flowing with this energy and manifesting with this energy. Whatever is before you, and within you, is showing you how you are creating and experiencing with the divine light. When you are overly concerned with the past and past experience, or with the future and what might happen, then you lose your focus in the eye of the present and your ability to manifest and weave from the loom of consciousness. Staying in positive focus in the present moment is always the key to manifesting on the flow of the divine love. The new earth being also has evolved into spiral consciousness and away from linear consciousness. While still able to function in the 3D linear consciousness as necessary, They are also fully aware that natural organic time spirals into higher levels of conscious expression and experience. They understand that their light body is always open to and receiving waves of cosmic light and information that is gently moving them forwards and upwards on the spirals of divine love and creation. This is a natural process, once you align with the flow of divine love, and there is no need to force evolution, it happens on and in the flow of cosmic light. There is an intense desire to be creative and to be involved in creative activity as an expression of the soul and spirit on earth. Understanding that creativity is the strongest expression of divine love, in the beginning God created heaven and earth. The emerging new earth being strives to create heaven on earth and to fill their lives with beauty and creative energy. This can be experienced in whatever form draws your soul to expression, whether art, painting, music, singing, dance, journal writing, or poetry. Whatever form makes your heart and soul sing and allows you to experience the movement of your soul as it brings divine light and love into creative expression and manifestation on earth. This assists in understanding the principles of creating reality and creating abundance with the flow of the divine light and love. The emerging new earth being is a heart-centered being rather than a mind or ego-based being. This means that they follow their heart and their intuition rather than the mind and rational judgment. This is the biggest shift that the emerging being makes, in learning to trust the flow of energy in the heart as the focal point or eye of consciousness, and allowing the mind, ego and its rational and linear way of being to simply recede into the background and to become what it was always meant to be, a supportive energy to the life of the soul on earth. When the mind understands that its role is not to lead and to survive, but simply to support the soul in its expressions on earth, then it becomes less anxious and despairing, and ceases to try to achieve something that it was not designed to achieve. The new earth being relaxes into life knowing that the soul and spirit has everything in hand, and that what is needed in life will be manifested at the right time. The diamond emerald heart being has a close and real connection to soul, spirit, and the angelic realms. The emerging new earth being has fully accepted their role as an ambassador of higher light and energy on the earth, and lives with a close connection to their own soul and its experiences in the higher dimensions. There is a deep trust of the soul and the higher self/oversoul, as well as those spiritual beings that form the soul family and soul clans, as well as the galactic and cosmic families of divine love. The new earth being is able to channel these energies and connect with them to assist them to walk their path on their earth in harmony and resonance with divine energy and the codes of divine light that are transmitted to the earth in the cosmic waves and as the diamond light. The emerging being has a close and real connection to the earth, to animals, birds, fish, insects, dolphins, whales, mammals and primates, humanity, the plant kingdoms, and the mineral kingdoms. There is also a deep sympathy for the indigenous peoples of the earth, and a feeling of honoring them for their shamanic wisdom and their ability to live closely with nature and the earth. Many emerging new earth humans choose to follow the path of the shaman as a way of expressing their need to honor the spirit and the divinity of the earth as expressed through the emerald codes. The new earth human has a close and deep relationship with their own soul, which they see as a manifestation of sacred union, the marriage of heaven and earth and masculine and feminine energies within their own sacred heart. This includes an awareness of the reason for their soul's incarnation in this lifetime, and an awareness of the mission of the soul in this incarnation. They are aware of their own inner evolution on the spirals of light and feel the need to fully embody divine light to the best of their ability. Diamond emerald hearts have no need to follow any particular religion, spiritual path, or spiritual leader. They follow their own hearts and intuition and are drawn to others in their soul group or soul clans who they feel resonate with what they feel and the path that they are drawn to follow. They are open to all approaches that raise consciousness and lead to higher expressions of life on earth, and they are non-judgmental of the choices of others even if they do not align with what they choose. There is also a deep love of beauty, harmony, tranquility and peace. They strive to create home in their earthly environment, where home is an expression of their spiritual origin and divine love. However, they are also aware that chaos is an aspect of energy and creation, and that it can be very creative as a state of being. When surrounded by chaos, they will always seek to hold their own center in a state of balance and so create a pattern of order even within the chaos. This in turn creates a template for the peace, harmony and beauty that they seek to create on earth. They have a great love of home here on earth and a great enjoyment of life on earth. They are not seeking to go home because they understand that home is within them and that it manifests all around them. They enjoy nature, people, relationships, creativity, passion, laughter, and expressing who they are and how they are evolving and growing. With open hearts they pass through life without expectations, knowing that what they need will flow to them as they need it. They value their life on earth and strive to make every day an expression of divine love. The flow of abundance moves in them and through them as divine love. They always have what they need, and often more than they need as they allow their soul and spirit to provide for them on the spirals of life. They are generous in sharing what they have and who they are, as they know that lack is an illusion and that there is always enough to share with others. They do not live in fear of not having enough or in financial stress and anxiety. They simply trust in the flow, and act accordingly in their daily lives to create and manifest what they need at any given time. They understand that all life is experience and creation, and that in this ongoing process they are learning and refining their skills. They see life as an opportunity to explore all aspects of themselves and their essence as souls in human form on earth. They see relationships, family, work, and friendships as opportunities to expand and grow and learn more about who they are in this lifetime on earth. Some of the feelings and experiences that are symptoms of the emergence into the diamond emerald heart. Difficulty in staying in balance when waves of new light codes and light radiation sweep over the planet. These waves create the equivalent of a light storm in the light body, and it can be very hard to hold your center and not to be swept up in the chaos of the storm around you. These waves may bounce you between different realities and dimensions, so you may often feel that you have no idea where you are at times. The key to dealing with these periods is simply to rest, stay peaceful, and try to hold your center. Know that these periods are upgrades of the informational energy fields, and that they will subside once you have integrated the energies. You may feel intense emotions such as anger, irritation, anxiety and despair. Often these emotions are present in large quantities in the collective energy field, as those still wired to the old energy way of life try to cope with the new energies. These fear-based energies may become overwhelming, unless you can recognize that they are not yours, and that you do not need to hold on to them and to feel them for others. Do not resonate with them. Simply release them and let them go. Return to the peaceful and harmonious center in your own heart which represents your soul essence and who you are. You may also find that you are taking on these fear-based emotions when you have to enter into and deal with reality fields with which you have little resonance. For example, in a working environment or in a social environment, you may often catch free-floating anger and anxiety. Again, try not to take it on or to allow it to determine your reactions and responses. Try to stay centered in your own essence of who you are. In physical terms, these experiences will have impact on the gastric system and the nervous system. The gastric system represents the way in which you handle or digest experience, and also as you detach from your intense solar plexus focus, you may find that you experience pain coming up in this area, or discomfort when you eat. The nervous system has to carry the light impulses of information, and when there is so much dissonant information, it can place a great deal of stress on the nervous system, so that you may find it hard to sleep at times, or have bad dreams, or you may become very tired to the point of exhaustion but still unable to sleep for long periods of time. Your body may feel uncomfortable as you seek to balance these energies. Extreme exhaustion may be experienced around times of intense light activity, such as equinoxes and solstices, full moons and eclipses, or other moments when cosmic transmissions are at their height. Again, simply allow yourself to rest and integrate these energies. As soon as the light transmissions are integrated, you will start to feel better. You may experience the loss of friendships and relationships, and even family ties, as you move into spiral evolution and these others remain on the linear path of evolution. This produces a tension that is so extreme that these relationships cannot survive. It is best to just release them in love and allow the other person to continue on their own path of growth in the way that seems best for them. You may experience an overwhelming need to change your life and find a life path that resonates with your soul and spirit, as well as your soul mission and your life path. In some cases this may lead you to take a great leap of faith and change your life in ways that may not be understood by others. In this case you simply need to follow your heart and your intuition and allow yourself to be guided forward, knowing that your soul will support your choices if you are in alignment. You may feel a strong distaste for anything that is linked to the old energy paradigm, and a need to change aspects of your life such as work, diet, friends, and the way that you live on and relate to the earth. Old energy interactions based on power, greed, and manipulation will be very distressing for you, and you will seek rather to connect with those who share your desire for peace and harmony and mutual support as a way of life. You will have a strong need for clarity, integrity, and openness in all interactions and relationships. You will seek to flow with heart-based energies and will not want to struggle and conflict with others. Because of the deep changes in your physical and light bodies, you will be able to perceive very clearly when people are not in integrity with you or with themselves. Transmitted by Celia Fenn. StarChildGlobal.com